People get scratched down there.
Okay.
You're joking!
Send him there!
Oh my god!
Look! It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it.
This place is haunted.
A little fucking scared right now. If there's anyone here with us, can you please make these rods cross?
What was it?
What the fuck is that?
Poltergeist.
Yo!
Oh my.
Well, what's up, everyone? Of course, I'm back with Corey and Corbin and Brandon, and we promised you guys a minimum of 25 straight weeks of paranormal, haunted, abandoned, infamous locations around the world, and we're giving you exactly that. We flew out to Boston this morning, and right now we're in Quincy, Massachusetts at the USS Salem, which is basically the Queen Mary of the East Coast. And this is going to be our first investigation out here.
Yep.
I'm excited for this. We are decked out to the nines on paranormal equipment that we borrowed.
Everything.
Everything that Linda had, we now have, plus our own equipment. On top of that, of course, we have our night vision camera, which is also paired with infrared. And on top of that, tomorrow, when we go to the Conjuring House, we have an arsenal of items that are waiting for us that I have been purchasing for months. I've been buying them since basically the start of the year, and I shipped them all to that house, and they're waiting for us there.
Like ghost hunting equipment or like items?
We have every piece of ghost hunting equipment we could ever need right here.
I don't like this.
Confused.
So,
I don't want to know.
I know what you're doing.
Yes.
I've been tracking it down. I literally bought things from almost every continent other than Antarctica.
Haunted? Are they?
They're either
touched in some sort of way?
they're haunted, or they've been cursed, or they're used to help communicate. We
Great.
have everything.
That the Conjuring House is the scariest thing to me.
Yeah, which is why he said he will not let us open anything in his house because he knows what they are.
Really?
Oh boy.
With
Thanks,
all that
Elton.
being said,
Thank you.
we're gonna make this trip the best it possibly can be. And every single time we're gonna try and pair up with investigators, and especially tonight, because we're in Boston for the first time ever. We're filming with Josh from Exploring with Josh.
Yep.
So we're excited. I've spoken 2 words to him in person years ago, but we've been messaging. So he's joining us tonight. He's joining us to a different place. He's taking us. He's coming to the Conjuring House with us. So it's really cool that we're gonna be filming with him.
We can just have him sleep there. We won't.
Yeah. We can just have him report to us in the morning.
Yeah.
What happened.
I'm gonna live stream it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chill at the hotel. You guys handle that.
We'll just be on FaceTime the whole time from our hotel watching him.
We're like, what's going on?
He's like being dragged.
We're really excited to be doing this. We don't know how this is going to go tonight. You know, we've heard a lot of things about it, but we're going to investigate. But on top of that, there's one thing we want to announce right up front to all of you guys. This is something that's been requested and asked of us a lot, is how can you guys join us in investigations? And well, this time around, we're going to be doing exactly that. We're going to be picking 2 people that we're going to fly to your hometown and go to the most haunted location that we can find in your area and investigate with you. We're going to be picking 2 people. That is starting as of right now.
Yep.
And it's the last entry is going to end on December 31st of this year. Woo! We're making 2 different ways to enter. One way is every single video that we have, leave a comment, leave a like. That will count as 1 entry. In every video, you can do that once. So in every video, there's an entry. And additionally, if you want to support the channel and help us keep making these videos the best they can be, if you go to SendItSociety.com, which is a clothing line that we run, of course, every dollar you spend will end up being 1 raffle ticket as well. So it's a free way to enter, and if you want to support us and grab some clothing, you can head over to Send It Society and support us there as well.
Hey.
So we're trying to make it a cool way to interact with you guys, and of course, we'll only be doing it when COVID guidelines are okay to do so.
Yes.
I have presents. We have some new shirts. We just got these made. We just got these made. Go ahead, take that first one.
Only on the back.
So,
Damn.
here.
Okay. Okay, that one's hard.
Oh, is this?
Look at that. Well, we all have them for everyone.
This is me in the future.
And of course, beanies, and now we've got black denim jackets. So these are all out. New stuff coming throughout the year. But yeah, we're gonna post up. We're gonna wait up for Josh. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting us. We're committing to this aggressively. Excited to bring you these videos, and yeah, we'll see you when we see Josh in a second.
Let's do it. Woo!
What's up?
I was like, where the fuck am I going? I was like, I don't know how to get here. What's up, man? Josh, nice to meet you.
What's up, Brandon?
Oh, Josh,
Nice to meet you.
I'll have to get reminded like a few times.
Yeah,
100%, man.
How you doing, bro?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, man. Camera guy. Hey.
I'm Evan.
You're never gonna see his face. This is sick.
Yeah, you can't see Evan. He's just behind
I
the wall.
dude, I just see a glowing light. I'm happy for that. I'm happy. I've been around here like all my life. Never thought I was gonna come here. But I was gonna come here for November.
Yeah.
For the first time, so I'm just sick. I get to see it. I'm excited, man.
I mean, if you don't want to see it, we can just like put a bag over your head the
That's
whole night.
yo. Yeah,
We'll just like narrate for you.
Yeah, nah, it'll
Walk
be
you
fine.
around.
Nah, I'm probably gonna fall in there.
Whoever runs the boat is already there, and he basically was just like, I'm gonna open everything. He said there's areas that he's kept closed and won't let people go down there anymore because of other things that have happened. But he's like, for you guys, I'm just gonna unlock absolutely. He's like, wherever you want to go, we're going.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Let's sink the boat.
D4.
Oh man. And that's why I called. I was like, yo, I'm lost. But I
Oh, you called me?
I called you. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
what a bad friend.
Oh.
3 minutes ago, he's been here for 2 minutes.
When I was lost, I was like over there. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna call him out. But all right, we made it. Though.
And I let you down. You
Yeah,
finally
it's-
reached out for help, and I was just
Yeah.
like, no.
Find it yourself. We did. That is such a big ship.
700 feet, baby.
700 feet?
Oh,
700 feet. Could it
700
fit
feet
your
long.
mom on it?
Is his mom tall as fuck or something?
Not behind. Not behind.
Dude, 700 fuck. Jesus She's not King Kong, dude.
No, that's Godzilla, dude.
Dude, that's a, she never played
playing the WNBA or something, dude.
Yes, guys, we are a serious paranormal investigation team that makes mom jokes.
Oh boy.
Let's do it. My uncle was a pirate.
That's kind of cool.
He sold illegal DVDs.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
Pirate.
I get it.
Yeah, can we climb on the guns?
Oh my god. This is
This is what we do.
Yeah.
We came to talk to ghosts.
We have to go on the other side and then walk over here, then we can jump down.
Wait, Corbin, can you land on this?
Corey, stand on it. See if I can carry your weight.
Yep.
It's not supposed to be. Okay. Alright, it's okay. It slipped a little bit, I will say.
It's good. Yeah, it's maple.
It's maple.
It's definitely maple.
Oh, I know that.
Dude, he's just climbing everything like a monkey.
Oh my god, dude! What? Is this like...
Yo, we're never gonna be allowed in any place like this ever again.
Hope Don don't remember me.
Hey, where'd Corbin go? He's just gone.
Josh, is this what you were expecting?
No, but I like it better. It's more fun. And it makes me warm watching you guys, so I'm more energetic seeing this. You hear that?
What?
It's a ghost. Or no, I meant geese. It's a geese.
That was close. I am a lot. So I like this brand that you guys do. Like the
Ghost already got me.
Oh my god! No!
That's real.
What happened?
I did. I like barely hit something over
Yo!
there.
Bro.
Is it?
Oh no! Get down!
bro, you
Wait, no, get. No, but bro, you might actually need to like put something on.
No,
there.
that's bad.
Yeah,
That's
stitches.
bad.
Yeah, you might.
No,
You have some duct tape?
This is a hospital ship.
Oh, you're right. They're supposed to use it as a hospital. So let's go find some rusty items.
I think that you only been here for 5 minutes on the
Don's
ship.
not
and you
gonna
got
know, so shut
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck up, Josh.
Actually, who's Don? Who's Don?
He's like, oh, he's just from LA.
In your eyelid, bro. It's bad.
Eyelid?
Yes.
I can't tell where it is.
I cannot believe you just did. Dude, does it hurt?
Can you?
This is going south.
Can you
really
come
quick.
down here and clean your face off? Thank you.
Is this a thing?
No, nothing for you is a thing anymore. Find a staircase with a handicap rail, or don't do anything at all. It's like right after Josh is like, I like this brand. I like these kind of videos. And he's like, hey guys. Hey guys.
This is great though.
He can't even get down. What happened?
Where can you see where the damage is?
It's definitely gonna be a black eye.
Grab me a piece of toilet paper and get all cleaned up.
Dude, you're lucky you didn't get your eyeball.
That's a good start, Corey. I don't know about you guys, but I'm liking where this is going.
So we are meeting up now with 2 investigators that know the ship rather well. Show us around a little bit, and then we're gonna take over.
All right. Can we climb
There,
on that?
I do believe, and Evan, I think you're about to run right into them.
Can we climb on?
This is the first place that I've ever seen a full body apparition. So what he saw was a giant black mass that was like over the exit sign. There was a tour guide. I'm not allowed to say his name because the family protects. He was always on the ship. He was always giving tours. He was fantastic, and he ended up having a heart attack on the ship and dying on the ship. Self-guided tour during the day of just not paranormal but regular, ship stuff. A group of people came out and they were like, "Oh, that was a great tour that guy gave. Tell him thank you. Like, we couldn't find him on our way out." And the guy outside was like, "There's nobody giving guided tours on the ship." So yeah, so he's definitely around.
I'm getting shivers.
He's definitely
It
around.
just got like 20 degrees colder.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else felt that.
Oh wow!
And I'll see like shadow figures or movements, and it's such an awesome experience.
I mean, they're all over the place here.
Yeah.
And we have this whole ship to ourselves.
Anyway, right?
Absolutely
What's like
anywhere.
the most terrifying spot of this ship?
So the most active and terrifying spots are below deck. So there's nothing on deck. I mean, on deck is beautiful and picturesque.
Yeah.
And what most active rooms is the room that she was just talking about, the CPO this way, and you start in third mess, and then you work down to the CPO. I would say.
Can most of us start that way? Then can we put him in the?
Yes. No.
Yes.
By himself.
By himself?
With the costumes.
Will those doors
the
lock?
props.
So can that room lock? Like, can
We
lock
can
it?
absolutely close the door, and I don't think he'll be able to get out.
I like this idea.
Oh, and you guys
story,
can-
Josh.
This is a
joke, right?
This is a joke.
Does that sound like a good idea? I think it sounds like a good idea, right?
I think we should do
Yeah,
it.
that's a great idea.
Send him to the dungeon.
Yeah.
Leave him.
Okay.
Why don't we put him in the better room? That room that's below deck. That room we don't typically go in because it's mostly off limits, but
Why is it off limits?
because people get scratched down there.
Okay.
Send him there.
He needs to go there. No.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a joke.
So funny.
What was the rule we made? What did we say about you joining? You can't. You can't do what?
I get Chick-fil-A whenever I want.
Sure. Yeah. That's okay.
Really?
I'll agree with that.
And,
You could do that.
And that whenever I get cold, I get to go sit in the car. Which is like, now I think I got
You know where you're gonna get the coldest,
I
right?
think I got it.
You'll be coldest where you're closest to the spirits, which is down in that room.
True.
Wow.
Can I just take Corey with me?
No.
Anybody?
No. You get to take a GoPro with you.
That's not a person.
You can name the GoPro.
I'll name it Corey, I guess.
Okay.
So a couple of weeks ago, we went into space, and things has ramped up actually since last week in the CPO room because of it, where it's now more ominous. There's more shadow figures circulating around you, kind of like in a predatory
Yeah, we should
way,
talk about the evil
in a
energy
low
on the
growl
ship,
as
but-
well. So I definitely recommend that. In the
You should,
surgery
yeah.
room, where there is a burning man.
Every room sounds awful. One after the other. Every room gets worse and worse. The dentist room, the surgery room, the butter room.
Every room has a
Let's
story.
hang out in all of them. If someone gets scratched, I'd be really scared though. Like for real, for real.
If
If you're taking 30 minutes per room,
What's that math?
a lot.
to go down at least 3 levels to where if you want to get to where he's going.
Oh, Brandon, if you're by yourself, that is messed up.
Oh, this is so sick. Oh my god. Dude. Yeah.
They caught an audio that said "F you" when, like out loud. When,
That's great. So they don't want to. Yeah, he's evil.
bring him down
Bring what?
to where he's going.
Me?
Wait, what? You can bring? Wait, what? Huh?
Like we have to go down like 2 more.
Wait,
What?
so you can bring that.
Floors to.
Wait, no, wait. You can
You're
bring
not
that.
letting me down.
Oh.
Not him. There's another floor where he's
Oh,
belly
dude.
of the beast.
This is scary.
Belly of the beast.
Gets pretty down.
Oh shit.
There's also a spirit down there who just runs by sometimes if you see anything.
Just runs.
They're walking by them.
No. This is scary.
Dude, this is actually really freaky.
Brandon, your hatch is open for you if you'd like to go in it. I'm not going down there. So.
You're not closing the hatch.
Wait, you won't go down there?
No.
Is it because you're scared too?
Yeah.
Who was the If the guide's scared, there's a problem.
There's no.
When you're in there, it sounds like somebody's walking around
It's like
and
you're in a
like just
cage.
checking up on you and looking at you. You can hear him. You can hear his breath and you can hear his footsteps, and it's
Why me?
Because you're the one that's the most scared. I think that's the whole thing.
You would go stay down there by
Oh
yourself?
no, hell no. Oh no.
Fear makes things.
What is that?
Oh,
GoPro.
I need a flashlight.
Oh.
No.
I need a spotlight.
No.
This one doesn't have a light.
No.
Can you turn your light down real quick?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everyone can see what this is gonna look like. That's all.
That's what he's gonna catch.
Dude, it's just like a little ball.
Let me see.
Eric, can I see it on my camera, maybe?
This is all.
Oh, that's great.
There is no fucking chance.
Oh my god.
I feel like when we come find you again, you're gonna be possessed.
No! I need it.
To be honest, if those go off by yourself, I would like shit myself.
Is that what it's doing right now?
So once something goes next to it, it's just gonna beep.
Yeah, just like that.
If you hear that sound down there, bro, I would cry.
What the wait? I need a safe word.
One where like you guys all come running out with like a sandwich and say it's okay.
Mustard.
Mustard, yeah.
Mustard. It's the same word from Sentence City.
Yeah, but for
How am I even supposed to walk around? Because I won't be able to see anything.
It's only so you're not. There's not a space to walk around. You're gonna be in like a cage type situation.
It's like a jail. It sounds like a
It's
real
the
jail.
Actually, where they stored the butter and the eggs.
Turned it.
And dead people.
There was an investigation about 7-8 years ago. Someone decided to do a half-assed exorcism where they threw holy water around and they ended up getting scratched. So now when we do public tours, it's off limits. It's
This door is
hatch
usually
is
chained, and I'm surprised
Chained.
that it's open right now. Actually.
only for you.
I made a special request.
Wow.
Dude.
Is it just you guys? Should we go?
Everyone's coming.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
down with the camera.
You ready, Josh?
Yo, I'm actually amped for this.
This feels like evil in here.
Wow. It's very evil in here.
This is terrible. Terrible.
Oh my god.
I had to come because I'm uncomfortable. Oh,
This is home for you now. Okay, that's
If you shut that, I will fucking absolutely.
Sure.
I can't.
what about the fridge door?
You can't shut.
Thank you for not saying
Said
that
you
before
can't
the handshake.
shut anything.
What? You said we can't shut the top door. You didn't say anything about that door.
I can't, no.
We already
There's
shook on
no
it. We already
way.
shook on it. We had to put our hands together. That was a bond.
No, we were gonna shake more hands.
No.
If there's anything in this room with us right now, and you're gonna mess with our good friend Brandon right here, can you please get close to this device and try to touch it, letting us know that you're gonna fuck with him?
That face Corey just made. Look how evil Corey looks right now.
No.
I'm just happy it's not me, dude. This is like the first time.
Well, we're gonna rotate, so.
Oh god.
I can't even talk right now.
Spin around. Spin around.
I can't.
Spin around real quick.
Why?
Spin around real quick.
What are you doing?
Okay, spin around real quick. Spin around real quick. Spin around real quick. What does that shirt say? Corbin, what does that say?
It says do what scares you.
It's a friend shirt. I'm borrowing it.
Look at the red pod. Look at the red pod. Look at the red pod.
Wait, what?
Yo!
Oh!
It's a start.
Oh!
Honestly, Brandon, it was nice meeting you.
That's the first time I've seen it do that. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen.
You know what I think? I think it's a good time.
Look at that. It's
going solid.
It's
going
consistent.
solid.
It's
It's going
consistent.
solid.
Can you try to make it beep? Try just a little bit harder. Try to touch it. It's not even blinking.
Now it's solid.
It's not even, it's just solid on 2. Can you make it go to 3?
It's close.
What?
What is going on?
It was, go, that's good.
It's great.
Can you make it beep?
Grab
Get
the top
closer.
of it. Grab the top of it.
Get closer.
Oh my god, this is amazing. Consistent.
Yup.
Good. It's on
Dude,
3.
you're right there. You're right there. Grab the top. Grab the top.
Do you want us all to leave and Brandon staying here by himself?
Oh my god.
mouth.
Look at look. It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it.
I heard it beep.
One more.
That's
Just one
3.
more. Right at the top. I've never seen this. I've never seen
Yeah,
this.
this thing didn't go off.
This place is haunted.
We had this at Suicide Bridge and it never went off once.
No. Come on. Just the 4th one.
I'm gonna step out.
You okay?
Yeah. Dude, I want to hear it too. One more.
I think we'll hear it when we hear Brandon scream.
That's true.
Someone is literally
are
sitting
you guys
right next to
gonna
it
be?
right now.
We're gonna go to a different room.
How am I gonna find you?
Yo, it's on. Wait, I thought it was on 4th.
That's scary.
Before we leave, try to touch the top.
Let's head out.
Oh, it's going up. Son of a going up.
All right, let's get out. Let's get out. Leave Brandon in here.
Oh my gosh.
I think it likes when we leave Brandon in here.
No.
Yeah, no,
Come on,
look,
all
look,
this is real.
You're crazy.
Let's go.
You're absolutely crazy.
Leave Brandon in here.
Real shit.
I know.
This is real shit.
I know.
I'll get out of here.
Don't do that.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, we're saying that he's not
I'm
scratched
just
yet?
saying right now.
Okay.
I can't, dude. I can't. It's still going crazy.
2 minutes. I can't. No, but that means you have some light in there.
What?
No! Dude, no! I can't do this.
Elton.
I'll
stay in there with him.
Please. Okay, go. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll stay if one person.
I'm very intrigued that it's going off right now.
That's insane.
Is it still going?
Yes.
Don't lock it. Don't lock it.
How do we lock it?
It seemed like it was slowly getting more energy.
Yeah, it's like
it went like
it's getting energy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I hear like the ghosts get energy from like our stuff or equipment.
Yeah.
And when it has enough energy it built, then it can do things.
It seemed as though it was getting more energy the more fearful they were getting.
That
Because the more
Yeah,
Brandon got
that's-
scared and the more I was like, leave, the more he got scared and the more it kept going
Yeah,
up.
when you said you were going to leave, that's when it touched it too. Which scares me.
Well, what I think when Corey was saying you should put your energy in this, and then nobody really heard anything until you said that, and then started feeling it, and then more and more.
Yeah.
Do we turn it off and back on? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Dude. This is... I thought I was gonna get eased into the whole paranormal thing, and this is full throttle. I'm actually a little fucking scared right now. Dude, I'm terrified. Why is it going off? Like, I'll turn my flashlight on and reset it. Yeah. Okay. Fuck, I'm shaking. I'm gonna reset this. I'm gonna try to sit next to you, though. I don't really want to sit. Oh, God.
Wait, let me give him something.
Yeah.
What?
Corey loves these songs. Oh, man, you asked me you say cross these words.
Oh, what is that? No, Elton. Have fun. Stop it. Oh my God. Here. Do you know what these are? Do you remember these? Oh, yes. From the bridge? Mm-hmm. Okay, now I really got chills. Dude, I feel like dizzy. Yeah? That might be how it's showing you. I know. Because you said any way possible. And I legit feel like very dizzy.
Do you like communicating with me?
Do you want to communicate with me? Dude! That was multiple. Uh-huh. You just heard that? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I swear I just saw somebody walking in the corner of my eye. Don't. Dude, I swear. I swear.
We should try to get this guy to like make a noise for us so we can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, if there's anybody that would do that, it's that guy.
What if we can get him like a little rowdy?
If you really want to get him going, I can show you how to.
Yeah, let's get it.
Oh,
that's a bad
that is
thing
a
or
question you're
not. That could be bad. My ghost hunting friends never get people angry.
Hey, Elton, I would love to watch you
But
push
just
limits. I'll
imagine
be
that
on
we
the
got him
outside.
mad and he actually does run and make sounds. Like I would jump off the ship.
Went off like crazy. Holy shit, it already went off. It went explain,
Okay,
trap,
good to know.
disregard. That went off like lightning
Look how
fast.
quickly it's going.
Basically, it's like an EMF reader, right? So instead of like a K2 or anything of that nature, this device converts the EMF energy into a word. So it converts that energy, and there's 150,000 words that are already loaded into this device, and then it'll convert that and then basically deliver a word. So that it's like, think of like a spirit box.
Right.
Instead of like you hearing it and trying to like guess what it is, this just straight up tells you it's club, this, and wing.
If you want to talk to us, knock 1 time for yes, 2 times for no.
You upset with what happened down here before? With the people doing an exorcism?
If there's anyone here with us, can you please make these rods cross?
Oh my God.
I don't know if we should be doing dowsing rods in this room, man.
I feel like we shouldn't.
Okay, I'm gonna ask it a very stupid question.
Don't ask the stupid question. Dude, I think we should get out of here. I don't want to be in here. Dude, that was terrifying.
When I get close to this device, it brights up and it blinks. Can you do that for us? Letting us know that you're in the room with us? Letting us know that we're not in here by ourselves? Can you try to get close and grab this device? Why was it going off earlier?
Dude, I know. It was going crazy.
Okay, wait.
Wait a second.
What? What?
Why is there a light in the corner of the room in the camera?
What are you talking about, bro?
Like in between you and...
Stop.
I swear to God.
It's still there?
I can't see it with my eyes, but through the camera you can see it.
Stop.
You can smell like the old masks.
Most
So
good. As we're getting closer, it goes good.
Did you guys just hear that? Someone just went,
I'm scared for you, man. You're behind us. Would you be mad if we like put one on and just try to?
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Well, you signed a waiver, so.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's so many things in here. This is already scary
That's
because of
the
the
worst
mask.
thing you hear after you sign the waiver.
Yeah.
With the laugh, though.
Jeez.
What does that say?
Wait, fire, paint, yank, traverse. This is going
Soul.
crazy. This is going crazy. Soul, traverse, fire. I swear, there was just like 10 words that just happened in a few
keep
seconds.
it on, keep it on.
Got brave, holy. What if he's saying, you got brave, holy shit. Like that look at what this
Yeah, I
says.
think he's very, very surprised right now.
Got brave,
We
holy.
touched that stuff.
The floor just dude. What? What
Dude.
just happened?
Dude,
What just happened?
the floor just pushed up on my foot.
No.
I swear to God. Like, you know how if I press down right here?
Yeah.
It pushed up as I was standing on it. My foot just starts going up.
Do you think there's another room under here? There can't be.
Was that you that just tried to mess with my foot? Touch this device right here if that was you.
Dude,
Did you just hear that,
Yeah.
Brandon?
What the fuck was that?
That was like a hiss.
Dude.
I know that's on camera. I know for a fact that just got picked up.
Absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? There's no fucking go fuck yourself. You guys can fuck yourself.
You guys can go fuck yourself.
Where's the REM pod? Oh my god. Where's the REM pod?
Dude, Elton, you're antagonizing this thing.
I know.
We're trying to get the ghosts on the first floor to get mad that we're wearing masks.
Really?
Yeah, because they said if we're wearing masks, he'll walk around and get angry.
There's kind of, we heard a bunch of knocks, but there's kind of just one really weird thing that's been going on.
What happened?
It's the dowsing rods.
Yeah. How was it?
Dude, it was
Terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying.
Walked in Satan's closet.
Pretty much.
Shout out to Elton.
Yeah, thanks, Elton. What a great friend you are.
You said you were going to stay in there for a couple of minutes, and it was what, 37 minutes?
It was like 37 minutes.
Which doesn't make sense.
I know, I feel like we were in there for like 10? Maybe 10.
Check your back.
Oh, check your back.
Ooh, yeah, I'll hold it up here.
Looks clean.
Couple pimples, but he's good.
You want to pop him?
What? I put the mask down and then it straight up just moved right after. It didn't like fall, it just kind of like, because the chains, it's got chains on the face.
Like something bolts.
So the chains went like, and like moved.
Stop.
No. Okay, anyway, let's carry on.
Let's go.
Hey guys, Corbin's on.
Brandon. Next time. Next room. Okay, yeah, we checked his back. Alright, cool. What's up?
Who called? Who called?
Oh shit! Yeah! That's sick. Far. 100 feet at least.
We already went a long fucking way.
Alright, is this our last investigation room?
It's actually kind of warm, I like it.
No, it was like.
Oh.
Day 2?
Is that you? So yeah, you'll get direct K2 responses in here. Sometimes the REM pods will walk out, they very often.
Outside is where we heard the little girl, Lucy, humming her song. Last week we had shadows circulating us, like a predatory situation, and a little growl in that corner over there. Growl. So this is an eddy meter, and it's got 4 different sensors. The numbers that you see here is the temperature of the room. Orange lights will be vibration.
Corbin moved back real quick. Corbin went,
No.
He likes the word Corbin.
I don't know why it would.
That's
What? I think you should keep asking questions. Alright, I have a question.
Lucy, are you in here with us? What is your name?
It all stopped, huh? Yeah, everything got really quiet.
Oh, that's your room.
Just stand over them, come over toward them.
I'll set up my office too.
It was going for a minute.
I know, it said a bunch of words.
It said
Hey, guys.
things.
Where's
Where is it? Oh shit.
Excited to move it around in a mouth.
Looks like you found it.
Is that you making that device go off?
You want to bring a K2 over there?
Could be the wall.
Or here?
What's going on with you? Wait.
Wait, wasn't it lining up for Elsa?
Wait on, if it does it for Corbin, I'm gonna lose my mind again.
What?
You're a ghost. What does that mean?
Wait, what does that
I'm
mean?
leaving.
What does that mean?
I think you took the Halloween mask and it's pissed at you.
That is very concerning.
What does that mean?
That means we shouldn't travel with you anymore.
You're cursed,
That
bro.
means you're done.
I've seen tons of videos and I've never seen this happen with the REM pod. I genuinely do not know what this means.
Are you mad at Elton?
Good.
What?
Oh, everyone else try and touch this thing and see if it does. If I'm the only one,
It's because you're the antagonizer.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. What?
Why?
Well, who got the puncture?
We're face to face.
Wait a second. Puncture shown. Jokes. Is that not what it's saying?
Well,
Look,
see what about Josh?
saying
puncture
that.
shown in
Can
jokes.
Josh set
Show it to the
You're
camera.
over here joking. And you over here got a
Josh,
puncture.
Josh,
Yeah.
set it up. Brandon, try again.
I feel safer now.
Y'all just.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Was that?
Yo, I hear.
What was that?
Walking. They're stomping.
Why are you saying please? Feel glass? Puncture shown. Feel glass.
What?
Across two different.
Yeah.
So that just said feel glass. You can keep talking to us. What happened? Hop nighttime. What do you mean by hop?
Weren't you guys jumping around earlier tonight
Yeah.
at the top deck?
Oh yeah, you guys were hopping around. Are you referring to when they were climbing all around the boat
And he got a puncture.
and he got a puncture shown?
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
I feel like a lot of activities happening right there.
Yeah.
150,000 words.
Yeah.
Pretty good selection of 5 or 6 he's got right now.
Yeah.
Come on, can you give us a bang as loud as you can? Knock on the wall, stomp your feet. Did you guys hear that out there?
What'd you hear?
Like, like just 1 foot slowly stepping. Like,
You think we've been disrespecting you?
did you just hear that? 1, 2, 3. It just went. Oh, there's another one.
That was above us. Those were big ones.
Yeah. So you think that we've been disrespecting you since we came here?
I think that temperature's been dropping like ever since.
Oh, it is.
It started at 57.6. And now it's at 56 flat, right?
5, 6, 7.
Why are you on the USS Salem? The K2? It just went to yellow a couple times.
Really?
Shepherd?
Shepherd.
Give this a minute or two. Maybe I shouldn't.
I heard that.
Was that you making those steps up there? Are you walking around the...
Says was. Out there, I just heard.
Oh, everybody quiet.
Maybe they're coming.
Nobody's up there.
Where?
That was crazy. Maybe they're coming in.
Where are you going now?
He's in here now.
Are you in this room with us? Where are you walking to?
I think the problem is because it can't get radio signals in here.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I change it to AM, if it'll do it better.
Are you still here with us? What happened to you?
Corey, what were you pointing at?
The footsteps out
Yeah,
there.
I heard them.
They were like blatant. Almost as if someone even like rubbed their like jacket against the wall.
you hear? I never hear the things clearly. That's fucking weird.
She's getting
Glow.
the most act.
Step waves.
Waves.
The line's kind of close up the way I heard.
What did you
I
hear out there?
wish I wrote it down.
What did you hear out there?
What'd you hear?
If there is a spirit that is in here, and you're talking to us right now, do you like the ship being colder? Because it seems that the temperatures.
50.
What? What did you say?
Phone 50.
50. That's weird, because what is the temperature getting closer
It is
and closer
literally
to?
getting closer to 50 the whole time we've been in here.
The temperature is
you
getting
just said what
closer and
temperature?
closer and closer to 50. the longer
Immediately
we've
when
been
you
in here.
asked.
Elton, you have to ask more questions.
You, yeah.
Did I disturb anyone in here by taunting you and putting on the masks and being careless? Or did you actually enjoy the fact that I came in here?
Resent.
Dang. They really do like you, Elton.
Let me do this
I don't
real
know
quick.
if they like Elton.
Let me do this over here.
You're wearing a hat.
Oh
Yo, wait, it's telling you what to do. Ask it what it wants to do with the hat.
Wait, put it in the middle of the table.
Ask
the
what it wants
hat-
you to do with it.
Yeah, ask him.
You can take the hat. Is that what you want? Do you want to take the hat? Like, do you like the hat? Then I will take hat.
Deceit. I just saw an orb fly into Elton's chest, like with my eyes. I swear, I just saw a small, like golf ball sized, see-through light just go into your chest.
What do you want Elton to do with his hat?
Yo. Oh my.
I just got the chills.
Yo, I didn't sign up for this, Elton.
It says hike after it.
It says what?
Hike.
Hike?
And like we should go.
Like, get out of here.
Wait. Okay, no, stop. Nothing. Does it really just answer me?
Yeah.
Elton.
You realize the previous answers line up pretty well with me as well. So if I put exactly 1 minute on the clock.
That was me, sorry.
Oh my gosh. Could you drop the temperature down to 54.8?
Sorry, I just want some Chick-fil-A.
Is that actually your stomach? Oh my god!
That was wild.
I heard that and I was like, what is that coming from?
Oh my god. Well, I don't know if you enjoy our company or not, but if you do, we're happy to stay. But I think everyone here would appreciate having a more direct proof.
Do you have anything left to say? Anything?
Are you ready for us to leave? Do you want us to get out of here?
The letter E.
For Elton.
For Elton. So it wants Elton to get out the most out of anybody.
You want me to leave and see what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Say
actually.
goodbye real quick. Actually, you should leave really quick.
Yeah, you should.
Take your infrared camera.
As you're leaving, now to the temperature you asked for.
Goodbye. Talk to my friends.
Oh, fuck, this is terrifying. But I can see more. Like, I can see really far away. I would prefer that.
Are you happy that Elton's gone?
It's just stuck on 54.8.
Did you leave with Elton?
Dude, did that just say yeah? Picked him, sure.
Yeah.
Look at how consistent it is.
And it's at 54.8. It's just
What he was asking for.
Elton was asking for 54.8 specifically.
What are you gonna do to Elton? Say bye.
I think we should.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to us. We're gonna leave now. Could you say goodbye? Are there any last words?
Temperature.
Who's that?
Temperature.
It says temperature when Elton asked for that temperature.
It's saying, look at the temperature. I'm giving you all that you fucking need.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's what it's saying right now. It's been like, how much shit can y'all ask for?
Elton?
All right, we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much. If there's anything you want to say, we're ending it right now.
We're leaving, so make yourself known now.
There's a ton of static.
If they're doing it, that's I want to play back that. I don't know if it'll see
What
far.
what
I don't know
happened?
if that light's trying.
I got an extra sweater, so.
What happened?
died.
What?
No. Yeah, it fucking died. No, the light died, so it's not gonna be able to see down the hallway. Or maybe. You should be able to see it.
Yo.
There's something over here.
Did it just follow me in from where I just saw?
Dude, I just got the chill. I'm telling you, I was getting a crap ton of static right there in the hallway. I'm listening to it.
What?
What? What?
Did you see that? Did you see that?
I saw that. Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, fuck the lights.
What happened? What did you see? What did you explain it? What did you
Oh. What? Yo. What? What was that? What was what?
There's like a shadow figure.
Yes,
Shut
it's a
the
shadow.
fuck up.
It's a shadow.
There's a shadow figure.
Show me.
Oh god, no,
I'm
I
not
can't.
going over there. Show me.
Go out there and look.
I don't want to fucking look by myself.
How do I turn this? How do I turn this one on?
Camera, get the camera.
It was off to the bottom right.
Are you staying there? Cause I.
But that's easier said than done.
It's in the bottom right of the like next corridor.
Yep.
It like slinked away, like slowly, and it. I know we both saw it because we were out of there quick.
I think it came up to our door because it was in front of my face, and that's why I jumped back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. That's why I was scared and I jumped back.
You
so whatever.
saw it?
I saw it, bro.
What did
so
it look like?
It was just a shadow. It was a
Yeah,
shadow
yeah.
of a figure of someone. It was just a shadow. So when you seen it,
Yes.
and when you went back in,
Mhm.
so I was like, oh, I want to go check it out. It probably walked up to the door. So when I come to the door, I seen it, and that's why I jumped back because I
Yeah.
got scared.
It was right here, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes,
That's what I'm
right,
saying.
right there. It was.
Alright, yeah, we both.
I didn't have a camera.
I
Me and
was
her
just
were
so
just out here
curious.
standing.
There's nothing even over here.
You see anything attractive or anything like that?
I thought I saw Don just standing at the end of the hallway.
And it,
Thought he was just standing in the hallway.
you talked to him?
No.
Is this where you were trying to bring us earlier?
What? Right here. Dude, there's someone fucking here, I think. What the fuck? Dude, that camera definitely caught that. Like that sound.
100%.
Is there anyone here?
No, this room is eerie. Step in here. This is definitely a ghost shit. Like a real ghost shit.
100%.
This is no joke. This is a haunted shit, bro. Dude, when you asked when there was someone here by the church, You heard it.
100%.
And that camera caught it. You guys were down there. Corey asked if there's someone who was here because the spirit box thing brought up church. And as soon as
Jesus! Fuck!
Yo! Dude, you're like legit. I was scared as fuck. Spirit box thing brought up church. And as soon as
You're like legit. I was scared as fuck. You did the whole time?
No, I just got it right now.
Oh, that was good.
I just got it right now. I'm awake now. I'm awake, but that really scared me.
That was fun.
No, because bro, something happened before you got
We just got here like 30 seconds ago. Oh no. Okay, so before you got here, Corey asked if there was someone here by the church or whatever, and then all we heard was tapping and things crunkling right here, and we have it on camera, and that was like legit.
Oh, that's not.
No, that was us
no,
three.
we,
You guys
we,
were all
we
down
just
there.
walked over here right now.
So far.
Like I literally just saw you guys there, and then I quickly went right back here, knowing you were gonna walk.
Dude,
over here.
I don't even know what I look like, but that's. I legit went like this, like the most cartoon tape. Yeah, like the most traditional, like
Not everyone is how you get a great reaction for a thumbnail.
Dude, that was legit too. Like I thought you guys were all here. Like for real, that was great. I mean, I got scared, so you got me there. It was real.
This has been fun. I'm excited. I got called the poltergeist. I got my first compliment from a ghost.
What was your compliment from the ghost?
Poltergeist.
Compliment?
Yeah. I kind of want to get up in the air. That's cool with you guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
above. Like,
yeah, not here.
Thank you guys for showing us around and investigating with us and giving us a history.
Thank you for coming here.
Yeah, you guys offer tours and things like that here, right?
Yes.
Salem.com, and you can book. Our last investigation this year is November 14th, and that is the only one that is still open. So book it up. I'm glad it was active for you guys.
Was this an abnormal amount of activity, or was this kind of on par?
I would say this is a usual
Yeah.
experience
Usual,
that we
this is
typically,
usual.
yes. Sometimes it's more active, sometimes it's like this. So you
It
guys.
is never a dull moment.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys again. Appreciate it. Really.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. Josh, thank you, man, for coming out.
Dude, it's been super fun.
You scared me, but we got scared by ghosts. It's been a great night, for real. It's been super fun.
Yeah, it's fun having you out, man.
No,
It's
I
really
appreciate
cool.
it. I love your guys' energy. It was
Hell
super
yeah,
fun.
dude. Well, we have a fun couple more nights left because we're doing Hockomock Swamp for your choice, and then we're Conjuring House. Of course, this channel is down below. You're like the OG exploration.
I've been doing this for
YouTuber.
like 6 to 7 years.
Yeah, you've been
Wow.
doing this.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have seen his videos, so we're glad to be in your area, man.
No, I love it. I'm glad you guys are here. You're like the only other YouTubers I know that's here, ever.
Really?
It's just, yeah, like no one else is gonna do this content. If they do, they're just like the South or West Coast. No one ever comes here. At least that I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's dope. Finally.
There we go.
Thank you guys for watching. Of course, we have we still have 25 or 24 weeks left of this trip, so there's a lot more of these videos coming. We have a lot of locations planned. If you guys have suggestions, let us know. Yeah, I don't know. Give us feedback. I don't care. Let us know how you're feeling. Subscribe. Do all that fun stuff. Of course, they're all down below too.
Yeah.
These guys do more than ghost hunting. They're both pro athletes and
Professional Wii tennis player.
that's all you need to know. All right. See you guys in the next video. Later.